Hello everyone, I am Prabhu Mallikarjunan, Senior Editor at AM Media House. My team, along with 12 reporters and copywriters, we've been running Analytics India Mag website. And we've been covering topics ranging from big tech, Indian IT, startup, quantum, robotics, and even the social segment, all from the AI perspectives. And our video team, with 15 team members, they've been running AM Network YouTube channel with over 2 lakh viewers. It's been a wonderful journey so far, and I look forward to you. Our website, analyticsindiamag.com, is behind paywall. I would request you all to go check the site, enjoy, and please do subscribe. And I'm glad to have the minister here. This is the second time I'm interviewing him. He is part of the AM Media House for the second time. If you haven't watched his previous podcast, it's a long, lengthy video podcast for 1.5 hours that we have done 2 months ago. The minister has been candid about various topics, whether it is about Bangalore infrastructure, whether it is about Indian IT, whether it is about GCC expansion. There's been much talk about various aspects that he has elaborated. Please do go and watch about it. Thank you, Mr. Priyank Kharge, for being here. I'm glad this has happened. It's a vibrant crowd in terms of how people from various sectors, from startup domain, from different industries, particularly from the engineering community, many of them are here. And they all look forward to have keen conversations. And I've had a test round in terms of what is that they want to discuss. Since it's an AI summit, I will start with the topic of AI. Karnataka is leading in the technology domain. And now we are planning to have Quantum City as well as AI City. Tell us more about it. What is that which we as Karnataka government plan to envision?
Firstly, Prabhu, thank you so much for having me over. I think it's a great event, and I was seeing some really exciting things happening at the expo. And of course, it's a lot of learning for the government also. So when we come to such places, when we interact with thought leaders within the verticals, even we understand what kind of policies we should be making. Having said that, so you want to know what we are doing in AI and quantum. Well, the state has a very strategic approach, or a very methodological approach towards these two verticals. So just by announcing a city, AI city or a quantum city, we don't get investments. So the government of Karnataka is good at one thing. It is good at building ecosystems. And we are building this ecosystem one by one. The bottom of the pyramid, we are having a huge educational foundation, trying to push the Department of Higher Education and other institutions to get in AI in their part of the curriculum or part of the credit. Then we are ensuring that we push for AI skilling, reskilling, upskilling, learning, unlearning, and relearning. We are ensuring that the centers of excellence that are run by the government, which is over 25 of them, across verticals, there is faster adoption of AI in these incubators and centers of excellence. Then we are topping that up with policies and funding. And we are topping that up with collaborations internationally. So it is a bottom to top approach, wherein we are focusing heavily on skilling, incubations, where we can push for innovations. We are looking for, we have tied up for collaborations with other ecosystems across geographies. And we are ensuring that we will be leaders in both AI and quantum. And we have, you see that India has one of the highest AI adoption rates, and Karnataka is #1 in that. So we are setting up this entire ecosystem to ensure that we are future ready for GCCs, we are future ready for innovations, we are future ready for AI processes, for quantum processes. So it's a huge task, but yes, we have a head start in that.
you spoke about AI adoption. One of the things that we notice is when people, innovators come up and say, there is a divide that's happening, right? Urban India is fast catching up with AI adoption, whereas the rural India is not. And how are we going to bridge that gap? And how is the state taking that initiative? Because that is also important from the point of technology adoption and innovation reaching the tier 2, tier 3s as well.
See, I would be a little more cautious about ensuring that I push AI across different demographies and socioeconomic backgrounds. I think there's a lot for us to learn when it comes to the AI sector, whether it's the ethical use of AI, using of AI in governance, using of AI with respect to innovations and everything else. So I think as a government, we are approaching it very cautiously. We don't want to push it in all directions as of now. But yes, AI is important for all, especially if we are able to cut down processes in governance. That includes trying to process natural language modules or large language modules, things like that. And we are trying to do it. So example, I'll give you how we are trying to use AI in governance. So every time there is a flood, the crop losses are huge in the rural areas. So we get a lot of manipulated photos claiming that there has been a huge crop loss. So we are using AI to detect whether the image has been morphed or edited at all. So we'll be able to give the right farmers the right compensation. We are using AI for tracking livestock. So muscle printing, the nose of cattle has different prints. So we are using AI machine learning and AI to see how we can track or how we can keep count of livestock. So we are trying it in various capacities ourselves. So pushing AI or bridging the rural-urban divide is going to be difficult for AI right now. But technology is definitely adopted. In fact, our state is way ahead than most other states. We have more than 600 odd citizen services being delivered in rural India. I'm also the Minister for Panchayat Raj and Rural Development. And we have the Bapu Seva Kendras across all panchayats, across all villages. You want to know what resolution your panchayat has passed today, you can get it on your WhatsApp. We have chatbots in rural areas which are helping people deliver better, which is helping government deliver better governance for people. So yes, we are bridging that divide. It's not as big as it is in other states because of thanks to our mobile internet penetration and internet penetration in the rural areas, which is more than 90%. So I think technology is not a problem there, but yes, pushing AI down the rural sector for now. I think I would love to see how it pans out elsewhere and then push for it.
Glad. You said technology is not a problem, but let me tell you, I've had conversations with some of the innovators here. While technology is not a problem, technology infrastructure is a problem. I think the GPU access has been one of the main constraints. While India AI mission is able to procure some and then deliver with a delayed time, many are not getting GPU access. Is Karnataka government planning to have GPUs more and then distribute it to the startup ecosystem? How are we planning?
Well, it's a very expensive process. And the government of India has done it, and we have requested the government of India as well to give us a foot in the door as a state so that we will be able to accelerate innovations in this particular sector. Because you know that whatever the central government wants to do, where they want to call it Viksit Bharat, Amrit Kal, Skill India, Digital India, Make in India, Startup India, whatever slogans they give, it has to start and end with Bengaluru and Karnataka. So we have asked, hopefully they will allow us for that. And if they do, we will be more than happy to deliver like how we have delivered on every front for decades.
Can the state government order from some of the Indian-made startups which are trying to compete with the likes of NVIDIA?
With respect to design, I think we are far ahead. We have all the talent. We have all the companies also who are innovating from here. So probably in the Bengaluru Tech Summit, you will see what the government of Karnataka has pushed for to ensure AI computing for all. So you just have to wait till November 18th.
All right, that's great. Thank you. See, another important thing is we are in such a geopolitical situation where US President Donald Trump keeps making changes every alternative week. And with this recent move on in terms of outsourcing
No, I
tax,
have no problem with Mr. Trump making changes. I have problem with my Prime Minister making changes. The problem lies there also. So, I mean, anybody can say anything, but I should be firm on what I say, right?
right. Uh, um, with respect to that, with the outsourcing tax, I mean, Karnataka or Bangalore particularly leads with the ITES sector. Now, if such tax is imposed, and we also see, some of the people in the tech segment were saying that AI could wash away the entire BPO industry in the years to come. So how is the state kind of prepared for this in terms of, because it could lead to massive job losses, which could have a recurring effect even on the real estate economy?
So yes, I mean, I did hear about the tariff on, probable tariff on the IT-enabled services here. But if you see the Karnataka ecosystem has matured from being a IT-enabled services to a innovative and innovation and invention ecosystem. We are no longer all the services is huge, but we have also matured into a global capability center here. And the Higher Act of the United States of America says that if the tariffs, or if at all it's imposed, it's going to a US company who is hiring services to an Indian company, they will have to bear the brunt. But if it's a US subsidiary of the parent company in US, it will not be affected. And we have moved to that ecosystem. And only close to around 28.1 or 28.4% of our IT-enabled services, our IT services of Karnataka is from North America. The rest is from Europe, APAC, emerging continents like Latin America and things like that. So yes, it will affect us. We'll be definitely one of the biggest affected people, but I don't see that happening because of the vast talent pool we have and the cost of the talent pool. So we have a policy like engineering, research and development policy, right? When we floated this policy a few years back, I was thinking that was it necessary, but then I see that companies lap it up very quickly because if you're hiring an American or a European with the same skill sets of an Indian, it's going to cost them 40% more. So a person with similar skill sets, if you're hiring, if he's an American or a European, let's say on average it costs them anywhere between $128,000 to $140,000. But when it comes to India as a GCC, it is like around $80,000 to $90,000. So this is something that they cannot match. I'm not saying that we are giving cheap talent.
Labor.
Our talent is so agile that the Americans or the Europeans just cannot match our agility and willingness to learn and unlearn and relearn. So I think that is a huge advantage that we have. And they're all deeply entrenched here. The global capability centers are becoming bigger and bigger. 47% of all GCC centers that are in India are in Karnataka. So we will be hurt a little, but I think we have moved beyond that ecosystem.
Nothing but today, global capability centers, or the GCC as we call it, is also a kind of force for the Indian IT because they feel GCCs are a threat because the talent is being poached from the Indian IT. And GCC is also growing as a hub across India. I mean, we see different states, whether it is Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, everybody pitching in for that. What is the state doing to ensure that GCC stick on to this Karnataka ecosystem?
Prabhu, I get this a lot when people say that Telangana is catching up, Andhra is catching up, Maharashtra is catching up. Forget what I have to say. Let's read data. GCCs, we have more than 850 GCCs and their units, 1,500 GCC and their units here, 850 GCCs here. We have the highest talent pool of GCCs in the country, in Karnataka. Last year, 77 million square feet of office leasing space happened in India, out of which more than 45% happened in Karnataka. This year alone, in the last 6 months, close to around 13 million square feet has been sold. The next closest who comes to Karnataka is Maharashtra. How much? 3.26 million. I am 12. I export IT exports. I exported close to 4.5 lakh crores IT exports last year. My closest competition, Telangana, exported 2.1 lakh crores. Out of 110 unicorns, more than 45 are there in my state of Karnataka. More than 20,000 startups are registered with the government of Karnataka. 30% of them are into deep tech. Now, where is the competition? Tell me. And these are not my statistics, Modi ke statistics. So, central government statistics these are. So, even if you say that I am biased, Delhi se news hai.
I'm glad data speaks whenever you speak. So, number speaks for itself. Like he said, I think Karnataka is leading on the, GCC front in terms of the space, in terms of the talent, and in terms of close competitor being somewhere far away. But while all this is available, while the talent is available, let me tell you, something that the audience face here is the infrastructure is pushing all this talent away in terms of things. Of course, not many people like Blackbuck who are moving away from the outer ring road. But everybody thinks that it's not about funds not received from the center. It's not about potholes anymore. It's about productivity. It's about the time loss. It's about the quality of life. How are we addressing that?
Point well taken. See, we are not running away from our responsibilities as a state government. We are not shying away from it. We know we need to build better infrastructure. But like I said, let's put some data into that. The central government said that we will grow at 8.3% last year. I grew at 10.5%. I am scheduled to grow at a whopping rate of 8.5% on an average till 2035. Till 2035. And we are the ones who are absorbing the highest migrants here because we are creating jobs. And we need to create more infrastructure. I'm not debating that at all. And we are putting all the efforts we can. And this is a problem with every growing city. But unfortunately, what happens is when it comes to Bangalore, we hit national headlines. One monsoon, Mumbai collapses. But the hashtag that comes or trends on Twitter is heart will be there and Mumbai monsoons. Chennai collapses. So everybody empathizes with Chennai. There is sea right next door, something has happened. Every summer, Delhi is chaos. Anybody from Delhi? You like it in summer? You like it in winter? They like it. But nobody complains. They have this thing. But Bangalore, if the metro doesn't come on time, it becomes national news. And it's good. I mean, it's great to know that people expect us to solve the problem, unlike other state governments, where you sympathize with them. Here we are trying to do work. We have closed 4,000 potholes in the last this thing, and the Deputy CM has been very clear saying by November we will have it running. And we have received unprecedented rainfall, highest rainfall in the last 5 years, as per the data. While we are one of the fastest growing cities in the world, while we have allocated 7,000 crores just for this city. This is the first time that Bangalore alone has got 7,000 crores. We are building a tunnel for better mobility. And more importantly, we are improving our metro infrastructure, public infrastructure. But the problem again persists. See, last time when we were in the government, we wanted to build a flyover, a steel flyover. Everybody ran a hashtag, steel flyover beda. Now, acha, upar se nahi jana hai, niche se jana hai. Tunnel is saying, now they're saying no tunnel also. What should I do? And we have a lot of armchair thinkers here, social media warriors, who will go online and just scold me for everything. Now I'm telling, flyover, you said no. Acha bhai, no flyover, let's go below. Tunnel, you said no. No.
I think what people are looking for is a
No,
quick fix that can solve the problem.
Yes, I'm beyond. So the point I'm trying to make here is, sir, that while the state government is trying everything that we can, it's also the responsibility of the central government to give us something to ensure that we build better infrastructure and better jobs. Like I said, 4.5 lakh crores of IT exports, I'm giving it to central government. Not one single rupee comes back to me. I am number 2 in GST collections. I'm number 2 in IT payees in the country. And what am I getting back? For every 100 rupees a Karnataka person pays for IT, you get back 12 rupees. How much is UP getting back? More than 400 rupees. Madhya Pradesh is getting more than 200 rupees. Bihar is getting more than 200 rupees. I'm not saying let them take. They need it. In a federal structure, we need to help other states as well. But 12 rupees to me. Give me 25 rupees. Give me 50 rupees. I will build better public infrastructure. I will build better roads. I will create more jobs. Tell me how many, we know that a lot of people from UP, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, everybody come here looking for jobs. How many Bangaloreans do you know going for Uttar Pradesh to become Gaurakshaks? Nobody. So my point is, while we are doing it for the nation, the central government also should be a little more benevolent. We are just asking us a little more share in our taxes so that we can help build better infrastructure. That's all. As a state government, it's my responsibility. We will deliver. It's my. I'm not saying that sirf central government ka kaam hai. We are here to. People has voted us. We will deliver. It takes time, and considering that the rapid growth and the rapid urbanization that is happening, right now we are having not 5 greater Bangalore. We have 5 corporations now. Why? So that we can micromanage things.
How do we decongest Bangalore?
Sorry?
How do we decongest Bangalore and prioritize? Like somebody was asking if we can have kind of tax off for somebody who want to set up in Bangalore, somebody who want to set up in Shivamogga. Can we give more tax benefits for them?
Absolutely. Beyond Bengaluru is a policy by the government of Karnataka. We do not give any tax rebates or subsidies if you are investing in Bengaluru. All the subsidies, all the tax incentives, everything, all the entire policy kicks in if you are investing beyond Bengaluru. Whether it's in Kalaburagi, Belagavi, Hubli, Manipal, Udupi, Mysore, Mandya, anywhere. So we have a policy called Beyond Bengaluru where we are ensuring that these act as clusters as well. In fact, you'll be quite surprised. Last year, Mysuru exported close to around 4,000 to 5,000 crores in IT exports, 2,000 crores in Hubli, Belagavi 2,500 crores, Mangaluru close to 3,000 crores. So these are all work in progress. Bengaluru became Bengaluru. It took 3 decades. So while we want to set up another Bengaluru in Mangaluru, Mysuru or whatever, it's going to take time and we are heavily focused in that. In fact, this budget we announced a program called LEAP, Local Economic Acceleration Program, wherein we are going to ensure we set up more incubators, more accelerators across the tier 2 cities. We are setting up industrial hubs and townships there. It's already there. We just, I would love if the Fortune 500 companies that are here, if they go there, why will I say no? That's my job to ensure that they get a great ecosystem.
I think that's a message to some of the startups who, I wouldn't say that it's a complaint, but who are fed up with Bangalore infrastructure. At the same time, want to get tax offs, move out of Bangalore. That's what the message is. Great. But in terms of talent, let's say if we want to use the tech community for solving some of the city's infrastructure issues or even the rural India problem, how do we engage the community? why doesn't Karnataka government, or we hold more hackathons, or we engage with the community more in terms of solving problems?
No, we do. In fact, the problem with us, Prabhu, achare vichare prachar nahi hai. I don't get enough traction from the media. They put only they put up only the news where I'm scolding the opposition. They don't put up my good stuff. So, yeah, in fact, we are one of the very few state governments. In fact, we are the first state government to come up with a public procurement policy for startups. So if you are registered with the government of Karnataka and you have a solution that is plaguing the government, we become your first customers as well. Number one. Number two, we also have grant challenges. So like you said, mobility. If solid waste management, grey water management, potability of water, air quality, these are some of the problems that are plaguing the government and the society at large with respect to blue infrastructure, green infrastructure. So we throw up a grand challenge. In fact, recently we had a grand challenge for potability of water with respect to chemical and biological contamination of water. We had more than 60 startups that were that participated. We got around 15 startups empaneled with us, and more than 7-8 of them are actually working, trying to solve a problem for the government. So there is something like that. But even if there is some solution available with the private sector for better governance, nothing stops us from adopting them. All they need to do is reach out through our startup cell, through our Department of IT/BT, and we'll ensure that at least you will be given a pilot project somewhere. Whether it's in health, whether it's in education, whether it's in social sector, sustainable practices, anything. I have worked with more than 100 startups, I think, who are helping the government in one way or the other.
Another thing is, see, while for innovation, I think today we are talking about AI, ML at large. We also need to talk about the data sets. Can the government open up more in terms of its data sets that is already collected so far for people to innovate, for startups to access those data sets, open source some of these platforms?
No, I mean, that also we do. Certain departments do, especially our agriculture data, our BMTC data, our metro data. In fact, recently we launched a single platform for last mile connectivity, Nammayatri, the Bangalore Metro, and the BMTC. That was done because of the open data policy that we are following. But having said that, the government definitely has a lot of data which startups can work on. But also there are citizen privacy issues that we need to consider. But if there is something that the startups think, or the corporates think, that yes, if these data sets are given to us, we'll be more than happy to ensure that solutions are built on it. In fact, all the government solutions that are built are more or less because of the openness that the government follows with respect to data sets. I mean, without compromising on the privacy part of it. So we are open to that.
Talking about privacy, is there any committee formed from the state government in terms of misuse of AI? How do we contain that? Of course, the industry would not prefer to have a regulation early on, but misuse is something that is rampant at this point. And we are talking about misinformation bill at the state level, but to stop from the AI's point, how do we address that?
No, so one is the misinformation bill is coming through. So we are, because I think that is one of the biggest menaces in the society right now, plaguing democracy, misinformation, malinformation, disinformation, and fake news. This is something that the government of Karnataka is extremely keen on. We have formed a bill, we have taken the legal opinion, we have taken the opinion of the Department of Home, and that should be in another month or so, it should be up and running. Besides that, deep fakes and using unethical use of AI, all those things are also something that we are mulling about. So we are just trying to see what are the best practices that are across the globe. So the European Union has passed some bill which is straitjacketed, while the North America has another bill which is sort of very open-ended. So we are studying different countries, we are studying different bills that are, or laws that are there across continents, across geographies, or even prevalent in the ecosystem on ethical use of AI. We are mulling to form a committee around it and probably we'll have an answer sometime soon for ethical use of AI.
Great.
And like you said, nobody likes to be regulated, but if you don't regulate certain aspects of AI, if you do not regulate certain aspects of technology, it's going to be counterproductive. There's always a pro and con for technology, right? So I think we need, as a government, we need to ensure that there is ethical use of AI, there is better cyber security protocols put in place, so that, our children are protected, our women are protected, and more importantly, privacy of the people.
Uh, I'm glad we are talking about the privacy. I think a lot of you, today, I think many of you might just download an app without realizing, just accept all the terms and conditions, upload to LLMs your photos, and probably generate a Ghibli image
No,
without
not even
realizing
that.
what the
In
effect.
fact, if I've seen so many times, I mean, when you're going to the point of sales and that sales guy says, "Are you a member with us?" They say, "No, why don't you become 5% immediate discount? We give up everything. When you were born, how you were born, Kula, Gotra, everything we give." So that's up to us, right?
I'm glad I don't follow that. I always try to reject that. I don't give my data
No, this
away.
happens
so-
even in the Kirana store. Forget in big things. Even in the Kirana store, madam, have you, ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡೋರ್ ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 8% means we give everything. That's our mindset.
Um, yeah, some of our, I mean, I think one of our reporters also did a check on central government website in terms of the AI chatbots, and then we try to figure out many of them do not cater to the people it intends to. Now, if Karnataka government were to develop something on those lines for Sakala, for let's say rural development, Panchayat Raj and rural development, how do we stop from not repeating this method? Ideally, it is people, by end of the day, it has to cater to people who it intends to be. And if the LLMs are not answering those questions, if the chatbots are not answering those questions to the people, how do we ensure that what?
See, that's an evolving thing. So we run a chatbot where we have more than 500,000 active users. So assuming most of it is in Kannada itself. So while we allow typing and also voice recording on that, at least what happens is even it's a learning process for us. So the accents are different, the language is different, there's a mix between Kannada and Hindi sometimes, there's a mix between Kannada and English sometimes, Hindi, English sometimes. So these processes or methods are being picked up by our team. We are trying to see how, that's the machine learning part of it. And we are improving daily. So when we launched it a year back to now, there has been tremendous progress. So we know that these are the 20, 30 set of queries that are very common. So we try to address it based on what they might be asking with respect to the importance of the thing. So drinking water will be prioritized, infrastructure will be prioritized. Some people ask for where to get their e-Sottu, e-Khata, birth and death certificates, all those things. So there is a learning for us also. It will take time, but I'm sure that it will happen sooner than later.
Thank you. I think before I throw open to the audience and other questions, I have one last question in terms of the collaboration with the academia, research, and the industry. While I was talking to some of the young engineers here, like many of them agree that what I studied is not what I practice in terms of in the industry. So there is a massive upskilling they have to do. Now, by the time the state or the center revises its engineering curriculum, a kind of industry has already fast paces. Technology has fast pace. How do we keep pace with the technology in terms of the curriculum?
No, I completely agree with what you say. That's why we have formed a committee, a skill advisory committee for emerging technologies, where we have more than 80 corporates on board who are telling us what kind of skill sets are needed across sectors, across verticals. So what do we need in cybersecurity? What do we need in financial and banking services? What do we need in bioengineering? What do we need in gene editing? So we have got a future skills set ready. And we have started this program called Nipuna, where the industry and the government are participating. We are allowing the industry to use their corporate development fund and CSR along with the government to help reskill and upskill people. So whether it's in AI, whether it's in cybersecurity, we are agnostic about it. As long as the skill is in emerging tech and the skill sets that we provide make the individual more employable. So the Nipuna program that we launched recently addresses just that. And we have great ambitions with that because we are not, our human resource, like I said earlier, is extremely agile, and I don't think we should be catering only to the Indian ecosystem. Why can't a person who's been skilled locally work globally? A person skilled in Bengaluru can be working in Brisbane, Boston, Belgium, anywhere, any place. Because that's the kind of talent we have. And the Nipuna program caters to just that. So while we push higher education to make things a part of their curriculum, in between that, we don't want to lose time. We want to ensure that we have the best trained human resource in the world. And that's where Nipuna steps in along with the corporates.
What has been the impact of the state government's plans like the Startup Booster, Elevate, or incubation programs? If you can talk about the success.
It's huge. I mean, probably you should visit some of our centers of excellence and see what we do. We run closer on 27 of them. We have some of the best centers of excellence, right from agriculture to AI data sciences. And some of the best innovations are happening at this. And why it is happening is because there is less government interference. So all our centers of excellence are run as a partnership between the government, the industry, as well as the academia here. So these are incubators where we push people to ensure that they come out with greater innovation, better innovations, and we ensure that the innovations are showcased outside India as well. So we allow them to go to trade fairs across the world. We ensure that through our Global Innovation Alliance, we have other governments also being their customers. And of course, Elevate program is one of the most successful programs in India. In fact, after Elevate program came, that's when the government of India came up with Startup India. Look at Startup India statistics versus Elevate statistics. We are way, way ahead of it. We have funded, the government of Karnataka has funded close to around 1,068 startups. We have given 50 lakhs grant to startups. We have given them a life jacket to ensure that they get their next round of funding, they get mentorship, they get incubation, they get their first client. 1,068. Show me any other state government that has funded so many startups. And just, we closed our applications yesterday, I guess. Yesterday, am I right? Yeah, so 1,700 odd startups have registered with us for funding in Elevate. That's how successful we are as an ecosystem.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think the crowd must have got enough from what they intended to hear. Having a politician here without asking a political question, I don't think I will get off. We spoke about hackathon. You recently tweeted about having to have a hackathon for the EVMs. You know, vote chori has been the topic political debate over the last couple of weeks, or even more than that. Can you talk about the hackathon that you?
Well, I'll not get political about it. While I will keep the vote chori thing aside because that is something to do with the voter list, it's a manual entry and all those things. The hacking part and all, we will come. We are yet to figure out those things. I will come to that probably at a later date. But the EVM hacking, because a lot of people have been talking about saying the world's biggest democracy can be hacked. A EVM can be hacked. But the Election Commission of India has never been able to give a satisfactory answer to what questions technologists have raised, scientists have raised. Forget me, I am a politician, don't have to answer my question. When Elon Musk says that EVM can be hacked, suddenly the entire ecosystem looks up and says, oh, can it be? But before that, everybody would say, arey, standalone system hai. I mean, whatever it is, as a minister for technology or as a student of science, doubt and curiosity should be my fundamental basis for anything, right? I should doubt everything. I should be curious about everything. And hence I've asked the Election Commission of India, let's have an ethical hackathon. Why are you asking political parties to come and have a look at the machines? The BJP nor the Congress have technologists in their ranks as their cadres. You come here to Bengaluru. We have Indian Institute of Science. We have C.V. Raman Institute. We have the top 500 fortune companies, R&D centers here. We have a great ecosystem here. We have great scientists here. We have great talent here. We are the world's number 8 startup ecosystem. We are the 4th largest technology cluster. Let's have a court-monitored ethical hackathon, not Priyank-monitored ethical hackathon. Court-monitored ethical. Agar sab kuch theek hai, to okay, good. If it is not, because recently in Haryana, what happened, the Supreme Court ordered a recount of a EVM in a Gram Panchayat election. So the person who had won the election, after the recount, he lost the election. So now where does that leave your EVMs? I am merely stating that let's have a court-monitored ethical hackathon. So if EVMs cannot be hacked, it's a slap on my face, right? I'm ready to get whacked. What's your problem? At least let there be no doubt in the citizen's mind that the vote that he is casting or she is casting is cast to their will, as per their will. Right now, there is always a element of doubt. We see a lot of nice sloganing. Ab kuch bhi kar lo, aayega to BJP. So these are slogans not run by me. These are slogans run by their ecosystem. So I'm just asking a clarification for that.
Glad. Thank you, Mr. Priyank Kharge. It's been a wonderful discussion. Thank you very much. I'll open the floor for questions from the audience. Can you please pass on the mic? We'll take maximum 3 questions. So please, can somebody pass on the mic across?
There are 6 hands already.
If you could kindly do the honors of pointing the people out, so we'll have someone go up to them.
Yes, sir. This is Ravi. So I have a quick question. I have been here in Cypher for almost 3 days, and everybody says India is very big in data and resource and manpower, everything. But few panelists were also saying that the mindset has to change if we have to become or we have to compete with the Westerns. So yeah, there is a dependency on the Western for everything, like on the chip or whatever it is. Even social media, everything we are using, the Western only, not Indian. Whatever comes in India, it will be like for say 2-3 years and then it will die. So I want to know like what is that we can do, or the government can also help us in making the Karnataka the powerhouse of the world and dominate this entire AI industry or IT industry.
See, I mean, it's a good question, but like, please have a seat, Ravi. Yeah. See, we need to wake up to reality. We need to get out of WhatsApps and Facebook and other social media where we are portrayed as Vishwaguru. Okay? Like you rightly said, even if China stops growing now, and even if we grow at 10% for the next 30 years, we might reach where China is. Now, if I say this, I become anti-national. But the hard fact is, if you want to compete with the best, we need to start investing in research. We need to start investing more in education. Without that, forget your chips, forget your scientific temperament, forget everything. Right now, whatever we are doing is heavily, we are moving. We have moved, like I said, 30 years back, we were a service-oriented ecosystem. Now we are an innovation ecosystem. We have moved ahead of the thing. But is it enough? No, it is not enough. Until and unless government, state government, central government invests thousands of crores in research, gets out papers, gets more IPs registered here, we will not be where we are or where we intend to be. So my simple argument has always been, whether it's within my government or with anybody else, I need to do more as a government. Governments need to do more with respect to funding of this thing. See, China uses close to around 3.5 to 3.8% of its entire GDP for research. America uses close to around 3 to 3.2% for their research. How much do we use? Not even 0.5. So that is what Karnataka government does different is we invest heavily in education. We have more than 258 engineering colleges. We have more than 54 medical colleges. I run 1,777 GTTCs and ITIs. We are investing heavily in education. But just Karnataka investing will not help. We need to ensure that India invests. And that's when we are going to do. But point well taken, and we are doing, at least as a state government, we are doing everything we can to ensure that we remain number one, at least in our ecosystem here.
It's not just Priyank Kharge's voice, not to brand him as an anti-national for his comment, but please log on to analyticsindiamag.com. Our reporters are wonderfully tracking this sector. Your questions are being answered. Do subscribe and then read our stories. Thank you.
Fantastic plug-in. Shall we go to the lady there? Madam, please go ahead.
Hi, Namaskara, sir.
Go ahead, madam. You're heard.
Yeah.
Can you lift the mic up, please?
Hi, this is Namrata from Bangalore. So my question is related to the infrastructure using technology. So we talked about the flyovers and the tunnels using the technology. So my question is the fundamental question. I mean, fixing the roads. I think that itself is a quick fix, which can relieve the traffic, and so that we can commute to office on time and manage our work-life balance, which is getting tougher
I
these
agreed.
days.
I have answered that question. But like I said, unprecedented rains are hampering. Now we can't even cover the potholes in these rains. In fact, last time there was a company called Ecofix or something. I'm not able to recollect the name. Who have brought in some kind of steel mix with their to cover potholes, and it works well even with under rainy conditions. We have just tried that out, and it seems to be working. So we are trying to do that. But like I said, it's a growing city. It's always a work in progress. And you see any city, a world city, this is always a problem. So like in London, if you take your car to the central business district, like let's say you nim car MG Road tandre, they put a congestion tax over there. Now nimge congestion tax hakadre ನೀವು 100% ನಮಗೆ next time vote ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ. Then let's say in San Francisco, I was there in San Francisco for an investment meet recently. There was an accident on the freeway, and there was a traffic pile-up of close to around 7 miles. Close to around 21 kilometers of this thing. And there also water homelessness was a problem. There was a forest fire was a problem in California when we went there. So there is a problem with any city which is growing rapidly. Having said that, like I said earlier, it is every government's responsibility to look ahead, build for the future. And that's what we are trying to do here as well.
Thank you. One last question, please.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I am Bala. I represent Hyperfin Technologies. What role do you see for fintechs in accelerating the digitalization of rural lending in Karnataka, especially to strengthen cooperative banks and borrowers, small borrowers?
Okay. So I'm a little wary of NBFCs, firstly. That's my personal take. But we run a fintech accelerator with RBI. Yes, a lot of startups are working with us to give better credit to people in the rural areas, better credit to women's self-help groups, giving them financial literacy, digital literacy, and more importantly, ensuring that they are able to come into the banking ambit. A lot of people are left out of the banking ambit and also the credit ambit of it. So we are working with a lot of people in the Department of Panchayat Raj and Rural Development. Since the fintech sector accelerator comes under ITBT and I'm getting a ringside of both, it is happening at a very rapid scale. So I'm seeing that more SHGs are coming on board. They're managing their finances better through technology. They're able to earn more as well using technology platforms. But yes, there is some massive financial literacy programs that are required. And that is something that we are trying to do with the Panchayat Raj department.
Thank you. I think with this, we'll quickly wrap up the session in the interest of time.
There's a lady there. This last one. If
Okay, last
okay.
one. Okay. Can somebody pass on the mic, please?
Shout out, I can hear you.
Yeah. So this is regarding the same infra problem, but just a point I want to add. Firstly, I'm Lavanya. I'm from Attibale. So the point I want to say is, I know we need a very quick fix. What I observed is too many vehicles are there on the road parked. So why don't we also look into the places where we can set up parking, like 2 to 3 floors of parking or any other underground parking when you are looking at underground tunnels or something. This will actually make sure that the road is wide and temporary fix can be made for our roads. Why don't you look at that?
So we
I
have
know
a lot
it's all
of,
potholes, but no, the parking is there only in the malls or the new buildings, but not at small shops or kirana shops. If you just go around the Whitefield, I know everyone faces, it takes 1 hour to leave out of Whitefield. I think mostly it's because of this, and also the roads constructed in between the villages. Let me not go there, but yeah, this parking problem, I think if you look at it, at least 15% or 25% of problem will be solved. So why not look at that one?
So we do have multi-level car parkings in various parts of the city, number one. Number two is, you believe it or not, the highest two-wheeler and four-wheeler registration that have happened in India in the last 5 years is in Bengaluru. And we are trying to build the metros as fast as possible. We are trying to improve our, we have the highest number of electric buses plying here. Now we are also trying to see the double system of building a road above the metro lines, so that the metro goes up and we are able to get another string of road network on top of it for easing of traffic. But like I said, I don't have a complete, ready-made, satisfactory answer, because I know the more we ask questions, the more questions will come on urban development, infrastructure than on IT/BT.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
So actually, if somebody else is seeing this conversation right now, they'll actually think I'm the Minister for Urban Development. But anyway, I'm part of the government, my responsibility as well. The other thing that we are also doing is that the Deputy CM is planning to form a small committee where we will be going across to all the places, whether it's Whitefield, ORR, tech parks, industrial layouts, the people who are generating the highest taxes, generating the highest employment. We go sit there, understand what they want, whether it's their last mile connectivity, civic amenities, digital infrastructure that is required. We will be getting a feedback from there, and we'll be treating them as brownfield industrial corridors or IT corridors, so that we can deliver the best possible infrastructure now. But otherwise, urban planning is required across India, and that's a problem that most of the metros in India are facing. But yes, we are working on it, as I said earlier. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Priyank Kharge. I think he has answered. Bangalore infrastructure is a problem, and that's very much needed for the IT infrastructure, to remain sustainable. Considering that, he is a IT/BT minister, enough questions have been, he has answered on the IT front, he has answered on the startups and GCC. Let's wrap up with that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so
all.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.